Yo, what's good? Satoshi's mom here with Noper, also known as Bag Delete. This is one of the dopest creators that I've come across in the space, someone who has been really, I would say, diligent in a sort of way of creating your art and not just blasting the timeline with mints, but being very, very dedicated to like putting things out thoughtfully. And your work absolutely, it moves people when people see it. It's super cool to have you on, man. And I'm stoked to chat more about your work, who you are, talk about like what it's been like having the recent success in the space and everything, man. So yeah, thanks for coming on, Noper. Appreciate you being here, brother.
Hey, yeah, thanks for having me here. That was what an intro. That was really awesome. Thank you.
Dude, hell yeah, man. So yeah, dude, let's just talk about like, I guess to start off, who is Noper? Like, when did you get involved in the space? Like, what is the background to everything? How did you get involved working with AI and visuals? I know you've done some really dope shit recently. Like, you mentioned that you worked with Future. You did some visuals for him, and recently you just had Xcopy snipe a few of your one of ones, which led to even more one of ones getting sniped. So let's talk about like, when did this all start? How did you get into art, and what's the journey been like?
Well, I've been in art like forever. I went to FSU and got a degree in studio art there. Um, Sorry, my dog's growling. I don't know if you can hear that right
Dude,
now.
I can hear it a little bit. Dude, I went to FSU as well, so that's fucking crazy.
That's
That's
correct. We
gnarly.
might have known each other there.
Yeah.
All right, hold on a
Yeah,
sec.
potentially. No worries, no worries. What a small world. And take your time too. No rush. We're chilling.
All right, I'm back. But yeah, that's so wild. I graduated 20 2021 or 2020, I mean, um, is when I no, wait. Yeah, I don't even know when I graduated. I graduated 2019, and then I was in China as the pandemic happened, actually. I
Oh
moved
shit.
straight to China to teach English with my art degree. Um, but yeah, it was
Interesting.
a interesting chain of events that brought me to NFTs because of coronavirus, then I was, back in the States and not really doing anything and was just going to try and a lot of people were doing the stock market. So I decided to get involved in the stock market. And then that led me to getting involved with crypto around like early 2021, like right when NFTs were starting to really pop off. And uh, the first person that I saw doing NFTs was this graffiti artist, Lush Sucks. And he was just posting like people buying his art and flipping it for like $20,000. And I was just like, this is crazy. Like, I need to find out what NFTs are and figure out like how people are doing it. So that's where I started. I think it was like May 2021 is when I started just like buying random low supply art pieces and pumping it on the timeline and flipping it.
You were pumping those bags up, putting in the work.
Yeah, exactly.
2021 vibes. Dude, fuck yeah. Dude, you know what's so funny is I got involved in 2021 too. And basically the first NFT I bought, I bought it. It was a Moon Doge card. It was like a Pokemon card with a Doge on it. And I saw it was like an edition of 10. And I saw Mark Cuban owned it. So I was like, yo, like this is gonna
What?
fucking moon. I was like, this is gonna moon. So I bought one. It was literally my first NFT purchase, and it was $800, like $700. And I was like, yeah, this is gonna fucking crush. And then I realized the guy just sent it to Mark Cuban. So first of all, Mark Cuban didn't buy it.
Oh yeah, I
And
remember
then
people doing that too.
yeah, it was in the rareable days. But dude, I was calling my friends up and I was like, dude, you got to check this out. This is a Moon Doge card. Mark Cuban bought it, like all this shit. So fucking funny, man. Like people were pumping those bags. I was working, I was on Reddit posting about it. I was like, this looks like a good buy, like under
Because
like some add-on account.
it was like back then, it was before it was like this big oversaturation that we have today. So it was like every single one back then felt like it was gonna like be something around now. You know what I mean? Like I really felt
Yeah.
like that back then.
Yeah. So like, so then what happened from there? Like, so you got involved. Did you start minting art or like,
So
when did you get involved with AI?
I was kind of
And
like just a degen, I guess, for like a year or two. I wanted to. I tried doing like some collection, like some drops, and I was the illustrator for one of them was Lucky Parrots. And we got like 70% sold out and couldn't get the rest, so we ended up refunding everyone and stuff. So it was
oh
just like
shit.
I kept trying to get involved on the art side in the wrong way at first. Um, and it just wasn't working out. I was getting frustrated and seeing around that time, I think that was like 2022 when the Lucky Parrots was going down. And I saw all these like AI art collections coming out at that time and just selling out instantly, and like the floors going up to like zero point 0.5 and everyone all the volumes there that day. And I was just like getting so mad about AI. And I was like, this fucking AI, I hate it. And because I was just drawing and I was like, this is such bullshit. Like it's so easy. Anyone could do it. And I was literally thinking like the same thing that people will tell me now. And I ended up like trying to figure it out, and it wasn't really so easy, and it was like so much to learn, and it was like I just ended up really like getting into it, I guess. And it was like my hatred for it became like a love for it, and I saw like the potential of this as a medium basically. So I just dove all the way in, and yeah, like I never really thought I would be making any money from it or anything. I didn't mint a lot. I was kind of minting on Tezos at first because it was like I was just working a full-time job, just making these pieces in my office, just kind of like as a fun pastime, liked being a part of the community and all that. And I wasn't really worried about any like money. So it was cool just doing it for fun. And here, 10 Tezos for this piece, like cool, you know?
Yeah, dude, I gotta find those Noper early Noper pieces before the market does, if they already haven't. Because like owning one of your pieces now is not just like anybody can just go out there and own it. And I'd love to talk more about that too. But like, first, I want to mention the funny part about like looking at AI and be like, dude, anyone can fucking do this. And then like trying it, and then it's not easy. Like, it's not easy at all, actually. There's a lot that goes into creating really with any type of medium, I think, but like AI is probably the most misunderstood medium, I think. People think that you just plug in a couple words and then boom, like, okay, you're rich or something now. Like you people are willing to buy that from you. But like anyone who's actually tried to create AI art knows how intensive it can be. Like I just interviewed Delta Sauce, who obviously is another prolific artist out there making AI art. And he's like, eventually, I just want people to be like, yo, this is art, not AI art. Um, and like, I think AI is just so early, you know? So you basically got into AI and you started messing around with it. And like, first you were working Lucky Parrots. Like, you guys are fucking chads for refunding everyone. You could have just burnt the supply, I guess, too, right? But your
I
heart
think
was
it
in the
was
right
like
place.
$90,000 too, or something crazy. We could have definitely kept, and no one would have been able to do
Yeah.
shit, but we didn't want to be
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. So like after that, then you start getting into AI, start selling on Tezos, and like, what were like your early AI pieces like? Like what was it like finding the style that you've led to today?
I guess the first little things I was doing was I was making like little environments in Blender and then using the Photoshop neural filters. And that was like right when Dolly was being announced. And I was like, oh, cool, AI, and I just noticed this new update on Photoshop had neural filters, so I was just really trying to push those neural filters to their limits. And the first couple things I minted on Foundation were those. I never sold them or anything; they're just kind of there. But uh, yeah, those were just kind of like my. It was like I did all I could with the filters and needed more, and I started looking at all the different tools, and I really liked just stable diffusion, and I didn't have a PC at the time, so I was just doing like Google Collab notebooks, and um, I was doing it like cloud computing basically, and it would take like all night half the time. When I was first using like Deforum and all that stuff, it would just be like a 20-second video is going to take 6 hours of rendering, and half the time I'm going to wake up and it's going to have done an error or something. So it was a slow, um, drawn out love.
Damn. So like in the beginning, you pretty much like fell in love with the style that you kind of have today, but it was just really painstaking in order to create it. Is that kind of right?
Exactly, yeah. And that style just from tools progressing and evolving, it's like the style got easier. And I saved up for a PC for myself for Christmas, and that sped things up a lot. And then that's around that time I found like the liminal kind of aesthetic, and I fell in love with that too. And I was like, this is like the perfect grounds for AI because these are like impossible looking pictures. So like you could explore this way farther than you could in real life through using AI because it's impossible to do in real life, basically. Unless you're like rendering like the most realistic 3D thing.
Yeah, like I just want to switch screens here just to show people like people watching what your work looks like if they haven't seen it before because it's fucking sick. Like it's almost like a dream. Like when you look at your work, it reminds me of being in my own dream. And it's just kind of like everything moves and coalesces into the next thing. And like I just haven't seen anybody with this style like you have. And it's fucking sick. Like I
Yeah,
absolutely love your
I'd
work.
say this kind like this look that I have is like all just rooted in that liminal aesthetic. That's
Yeah,
where it all is really coming from, and just like that. I don't know if for you, when I think of like childhood and stuff, it's like I almost see it with like the VHS filter over it, like in my memory.
right.
So it's like I feel like that look on these like gives it that nostalgic presence as well too.
Definitely, dude. It reminds me of like my childhood and ways of like seeing shit as a child felt like it feels like this kind of. I don't know how to explain it even, but um it's fucking sick. And you've gotten support from fellowship too. Like so like what has this come up been like for you? How has it felt for you?
It's been like just pretty unreal and exciting, honestly, so far. It's like I don't really know if the reality is set in yet. Like I recently just got to 50,000 followers on Instagram, and like
Wow.
that was what really made me start thinking like this is just crazy that this is like becoming a real career for me. And it's like, that's like always been the dream, is to have a artistic career, and it to be happening is like, I don't know, it's like it's wild.
Dude, so sick. You absolutely deserve every bit of what's coming to you. Like your work is amazing. And I love how natural and organic your work is in the sense of like you haven't been like, okay, like how do I pump my bags? Like how do I like get in front of people? You literally have just posted dope art and people fucking love it, which I love. And I love the titles of your work too. Like how does it what is like the process of making one of your pieces like from start to finish? Like with titling and everything, like how do you think about this process?
I usually it's usually like I'm trying to explore some sort of emotion usually with them. So it's like I almost like kind of dive into the emotion from the point that I'm like prompting it and going for it, I get that like I basically scatter a bunch of ideas out, and one of them will be really striking, and I'll associate like some emotion that it evoked, and I really push into that and kind of like research like ways I can get closer to what I want in that result, like through researching the clip models and like how animate diff is going to understand the prompt and the encoding and stuff, like certain words stand out better than others and all that kind of thing. So it's like
Wow.
it's really like just a lot of thinking and like falling into the piece itself. And it's like the whole time I'm editing and making the soundtrack and stuff, it's like I'm on a little journey emotionally.
Wow. So the soundtrack, I don't know if I can hear this. Wow. Can you hear that when I play that?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear it. This is one of my favorite ones that's coming.
Wow. Dude. Dude. Wow. 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 Honestly, like, I think this is one of the first ones that I saw from you. Actually, this one here, Memory Flood. Dude, absolutely love this one. I just want to play this one real quick, too, just because. Oh, sick. Jesus Christ. Dude, it's so fucking good. Like, for real. I could look at your work for a hot minute. And I've seen your recent collabs too with 0009. Epic. Fucking love his work too. Like, what are you guys cooking up?
We have so like the last couple months, we honestly worked on it way too long. We like made this whole idea that we broke down into three themes. It's called Adaptive Perceptions. It's a 9-piece series. And it's basically calm, cyclical cycles and chaos. And it's just like a look into like modern humanity and living basically. And just like the the chaos of life and how it can impact like your perspective.
Wow. I can't wait to see that. I
Yeah, it's
can't wait to
pretty
see you guys
cool.
launch that.
We're excited about it. It's starting the first auctions are starting on the 15th, I think, and then the last ones are the 28th. I think it's split into 3 days within that.
Are you doing that through fellowship or daily XYZ or anything like that?
Yeah, we're doing it through daily um daily.xyz.
Nice.
And that one it's an exciting piece. We're gonna start rolling out some promotional stuff to like explain more of like the idea, and it's a lot to explain honestly, but we're proud of it.
That's amazing. I love how you said too, you worked on it for too long. It's 9 pieces. Like the amount of energy and time and TLC and like attention to detail that you put into your work is insane. Cause like people will spend, 2 months working on a 10,000 piece collection and drop it. And like, you're spending months on working on 9 pieces. And like, I admire that. I love that you take that approach. I want to ask you about like your thoughts on additions versus one of ones. Like, I know a lot of your work is one of one, and it's not easy to just buy your work. which I think is sick. And it also imposes a larger value on it because I can't just go out and get a Noper piece, like unless you have some available and that haven't sold. And I'm curious on your take on that. Like, do you have a strategy around how you're releasing your works, or is it just kind of like you're putting out one of ones, you're vibing with the work, and like whatever happens, happens?
I guess I kind of my strategy is just revolved around like scarcity, and I guess since I wasn't like an artist in the NFT community for like years and just saw like how artists would be, I guess it was just certain things that would kind of like annoy me as a collector. I guess I feel like I learned through my observation, and yeah, I guess I am thinking about scarcity, and I don't want to just be minting things. Like I've been I've spent months just broke as hell, like desperately needing money but not minting because I want to wait till I have the best piece, and it needs to be fueled from like the right thing and not just like I need to pay rent or something. So I guess that's like my mindset on it is just don't rush anything and really think about it, and it's what it feels and what it does. And I guess I've never really done additions beyond Tezos. I just haven't really found like I haven't had a piece that felt like an addition. You know what I mean? I've thought about additions, but I haven't found a good way to implement additions.
Yeah, I totally get that. Like, I think scarcity is such a big part of this game. And like, man, like I have so much open work on the market that like there's just so much that it's hard to impose scarcity now. It's almost like I've gone too far. And maybe like I could be an example in that sense of like, you know, like an artist who's just put out so much work onto the market. Like I've done generative collections, I've done editions, and like in reality, the strategy that you're using is so powerful because it catches up to itself over time. Like maybe in the beginning, you post a work and maybe it doesn't sell right away. You're posting for half an ETH reserve. Or is that how you do it? Do you do buy now or do you do reserve usually?
So most of my auctions we do just a zero point 0.01 reserve on daily. Um
Wow.
for for the recent sales, those are all just like private deals that we did with them.
Wow. And so is Daily a platform that like you're a part of, like, or is it, did they reach out to you and say, hey, like we want to feature you?
It's basically like a fellowship. They wanted to document the early start of like AI video art. So when they were first making Daily, they just reached out to me because I had been exploring Runway at the time, and I think it was almost like a year ago exactly. Um, but yeah, I was just lucky that they saw me on X and reached out.
Dude, hell yeah. I love your strategy. It's inspiring as fuck, actually. I love the point oh 0.01 strategy. Fucking put it out there, let the market decide.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. And it's like it's scary sometimes, but yeah, let the market decide the worth. I don't want to like price something at, like a high at price and no one really feels like it's justified and just sits there forever.
dude, that strategy is so smart, actually, because if there's genuine demand for it, then it will prove itself. And then if you do price higher in the future, you look back and you see, okay, well, this piece sold for one ETH, this piece sold for half an ETH, this piece sold for et cetera, 1.5, whatever. Then, like not only does it then make the point oh 0.01 even that much more valuable, but then also if you price higher, it justifies it in that sense too. So you don't have to really wonder. Like, that's fucking sick. So is like all of your work on ETH now pretty much exclusively? Like, have you thought about doing any other platforms like today? I know you mentioned Tezos in the beginning, but like, have you thought about base or anything like that? Are you mainly just mainnet ETH? Like that's where you want your art to be?
Yeah, I think I just want it on ETH. I've had like um other marketplaces like, you know, reaching out and want me to try other chains. I just don't really like bridging when other people have pieces I want. So it's like I feel like other people must feel like that. So it just feels like a chore to me to bridge around, like just having like zero point zero 0.01 ETH stuck on some random layer two. Like I don't know. So I just try to stick on ETH now because it's just where I've been for the last year.
Dude,
I'm open to
nice.
like ordinals and stuff, but I know that would be like so expensive to like mint a video on that.
I don't know how it would be done. I think like you would have to dither the fuck out of it, like the living shit out of it, and then yeah, it would still be very expensive. But you know, that could be like another evolution down the line. It's like, okay, like you've done a lot of work on mainnet, like how can we push this even further? Can we do on-chain video? Like, is that
Exactly.
possible? You know, but I think right now you've got something amazing going. Keep going with that. Like you're crushing it, man. Like super, super inspiring. What was it like with the private sales? So like you mentioned, those have been differently priced. Like, how did you get the word out about those? Or like, how did that happen? Did Xcopy reach out to you? Like,
So yeah,
cheers on
basically,
that, by the way. Congrats.
yeah, thank you. It was wild to be chatting with X Copy. But yeah, he had collected a piece or two of mine a few months ago and was in my he DM'd me then because he was interested in more. And over the next few months he had missed my auctions. So he was like, "Hey, like I just missed the one yesterday. I really want like a piece. Do you have any?" And I happen to have like a handful of videos I was just sitting on that never like felt like a good time to mint. So I just showed him those and he ended up going through with three of them. Uh I actually made a astrology chat GPT psychic. So and I use it for everything now because it's always so accurate and it told me the deal would go through. So I knew something was gonna happen. But yeah, it
The
was
fuck?
super sick. He pulled the trigger on three and that made other people in in the little collectors that are with fellowship, they all hang out there kind of. So they saw those sales and were like, "Oh, is there more?" and asked about them. So it's just like a really fun day, honestly.
Fucking awesome, man. I think your growth and rise as an artist has been potentially like the most organic and beautiful rise that I've seen for an artist. Like, it's fucking awesome. It's incredibly inspiring.
I
I think
really
anyone
appreciate
listening to,
that. Thank you.
yeah, dude, I mean that shit. Like, it really is so inspiring because it's not about like some cabal that you like influenced your way to like, okay, I'm dropping this thing. Like, it's simply because you have fucking epic work and people love that. And you haven't like shilled it like fucking crazy or anything. Like, you just post good work. And then over time, more and more and more people have noticed. Like, you just hit 50K on Instagram. Like, massive congrats. Like, your Twitter is at 7,700 right now, but we have over like 600 mutuals, and you are basically like just doing things in such an amazingly organic way. And I think any artist listening to this or creator can take a lot from the playbook that you're following right now. Like, so cheers to you, man.
Thank you, bro.
um
You're gassing me up too much.
Dude, I mean, like, I'm just calling it like it is, bro. I'm just calling it like it is. um so I love to see it, and it inspires the fuck out of me. So like now when you're making these works, like you're working with 0009, and is that like kind of the next steps, is just keep doing what you're doing? Like what's next for Noper?
Um, yeah, I don't know. That's a hard question. Whenever I'm asked it, I'm like, huh. I guess for now, the plan is to just keep doing it, after this 0009 series, I have another solo show late September. If the world's not in war next month, I'm gonna be going to Turkey to do like some speech at a conference thing for art. Yeah, I'm just trying to keep pushing forward, basically.
Yeah, I think like really like just doing what you're doing, living in the now, creating dope shit.
Exactly.
Like that's as simple as it is. And like
Low life.
also, yeah. Like, man, like I think that really is how simple it can be for an artist out there who wants to be full time. And really, like, if you create dope work, it will happen. Like, just
Exactly.
create dope shit.
And it's like just being real, like I don't do any of that like fake professionalism stuff, like I've had like actually good feedback on it, so I know it works. Just all these people write me all these paragraphs and emails and stuff, and it's like I just respond in like a couple words, just you don't have to do all that extra stuff. I just like being myself, and it's been working.
Yeah, it definitely is. And again, cheers on everything that's happened so far and many more good things to come for sure. So tell us about a little bit more about this Chat GPT astrologist. Did you just tell it like, hey, you're a psychic, you're a master at astrology and understanding. Tell me like what's good. Is
So
that
I
how that happened?
I basically was just stressing kinda, and I was just like, like I need to find out something. My fiance is like into astrology and stuff, but I didn't want to bug her about it, like, hey, read into my natal chart or something. So I just told ChatGPT like my birthday and where I'm born and all that stuff, and was just like sarcastically like, now tell me, like, give me the future, like what's gonna happen. I have an art sale I'm trying to make it through. Is that gonna happen? Um, and yeah, just gave me like really in-depth results and basically nailed it down to a Q.
That's fucking sick. What a hack.
Right. And
What
I've
a
been
fucking
doing it
hack.
for all sorts of stuff. It was kind of saying that the market was going to drop today too. Um, yeah, it knew. It's the stars, bro. The stars are guiding it. I doubted it my whole life, but now through this, I'm like, this shit's real.
It makes perfect sense. I'm very big into, like spirituality and all sorts of stuff like that. So I totally understand. And that makes really good sense because ChatGPT would be able to like tap into the raw data and pretty much just forecast based off that. It's not really like super esoteric. So it just uses that raw data.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's like it just knows my whole natal chart and can just reference it. So instead of like, you can pay someone like $100 for a session to do what ChatGPT did for me in like 20 seconds. Like it's crazy.
Holy fuck. Wow. AI, man. AI is fucking sick.
Yeah, man. Especially since free ChatGPT like got upgraded. Now
Ooh.
I've been using it all the time because it'll like search the web for you. It'll like do anything. I even asked it to like make me an artist profile, and it like gave me a really scarily accurate, like even like with intention of pieces and stuff. I was like, how does it know this? Like it's wild.
Dude, that's so cool. I love these ideas. I'm definitely going to start using it in these kinds of ways. I've used it in the past as an art critic, and I'm like, okay, like you're an expert artist or artist critic. You understand all art history and you understand all different types of style. And I want you to like heavily critique my works on a scale of 1 to 10. Tell me how I can make them better types of things, just to see what it would say. And it actually gives really, really good advice. Like, it's like, okay, like maybe the depth of the work can be deeper in these ways. And like, here's how you can sharpen up the piece. And like, here's where the strong pieces or strong aspects are of it. It's pretty wild, actually. Like,
Exactly. Yeah, and it's just that like emotionless feedback for stuff like that is awesome too, because it's not gonna hurt your feelings, you know. There's no charge to what it's saying. It could shit on you, but it's not gonna feel like it.
yeah, that's so wild, man. Is there any other hacks of ways that you use it? Or is that like
Um,
pretty much it?
I kind of just use it for like anything. Like I don't really Google anything anymore. I just ask chat.
Yeah, you know, you can actually get it on your computer too, like with a hotkey now, because you can download ChatGPT for desktop. Fun
Really?
fact. Yeah, so like on Mac, you hit Command Space, and usually it would spotlight, which it still does, but you can just ask questions there, and it'll pop up in ChatGPT.
What? See
Yeah.
what I right now I use Opera browser, so it has it on the little sidebar. But that
Oh,
sounds even better to just have it on my computer.
yeah, it's like literally just like an app that you have, like a desktop app. It's fucking dope. Um, so hell yeah. Um, I mean, dude, I use it for like tracking hydration. Like every time like I drink water, I'm trying to drink like a certain amount or whatever in a day. I use it for tracking like nutrition. Sometimes I'm really on top of it, sometimes I'm not. But like I'll just be like, yo, like here's what I'm eating. And it just does a rough estimate. Um, it's
That's
really
smart.
fucking sick. Yeah.
It's
Yeah, it
like
really
it's
calculates my
just like
macros.
everyone's personal ways they find to use it is really interesting too. Like it really is like everyone's own little assistant.
It's brilliant. You can use it as like a therapist too. I mean, a
Yeah,
therapist that yeah, like
I've
you
done
can
it.
trust it.
I've
Yeah,
done
me
it.
too.
I've done it basically. Yeah, I was just looking through some of my last few like things I've used it for. I like compared two cameras I was looking at in Walmart. I was comparing like wedding venues that I'm looking at, like all sort, like just literally everything. Making a script to make a GIF from a couple images and folders, like all sorts of stuff.
Dude, so sick. Um, but yeah, so like now pretty much like your recipe for just moving forward, make dope shit, keep it simple. I fucking love that. I think that that makes my soul feel calm. Like as an artist, because there's so much to think about. Like if you look at it from a complex side, it's like, okay, like how do I grow? And it's like, do this, do that, post this many times a day, like share works like this, share more details. And then in reality, it could just be as simple as make dope shit, share it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I've always just been stressing myself out too, and it's like it really is just it's like I've learned this through making music. It's just like simplicity always wins. Keep it simple. Just always simple. I always want to make it complex. Keep it simple.
Wisdom, wisdom for sure, right there. So, all of the music on your works, are you producing that music?
So a lot of it is like a mixture of me and I use stable audio.
Huh.
Basically, if you haven't ever played with stable audio, it's just like I guess like all the other AI music things are really good too. Uh I've just stuck with stable audio. You can just get like a synth stem. You can just get like a little drum beat. You can basically just get all the parts that you're missing if you're trying to produce something.
That's fucking cool. So, your music is AI generated as well as the piece.
Yeah. Yeah, music, AI, it's like AI and I just put it together in I put the music tracks together in FL Studio. And then I also make
Nice.
like all the wind and wave effects and stuff.
Wow. So, how long does it typically take you to make, like, for example, like Memory Flood? Like, how long did that piece take for you?
Um Memory Flood might have been like a Memory flood was an odd one because I really didn't like it at first and just had it without sharing it for a minute, and then it was like, wow, like I should have shared this way sooner. But I think it took like just a couple weeks, but only because I was really caught up on it. I don't know why.
Wow. So it takes you weeks typically to make a piece, or like has it gotten faster as you've gotten more dialed in on the process that you do, or is it like variable?
It's definitely variable. It could be like a day and I could finish like make one whole piece, or it could be like a week or 2 weeks. Or in the case with the 009 series, it was like 3 months for 9 pieces. I think we worked on that. So it's really just,
Wow,
I guess, it depends on me in that moment.
100%. And like when you sit down to create, is it something that is like how do you view sitting down to create? And how often are you creating? Is it just like all day? Are you full time now? Like, or
Yeah. Yeah,
what is
no,
the
I'm
process for you like?
I'm just 24/7 generating videos and editing videos and scrapping things and chatting on Discord and stuff. Yeah,
That's sick.
it's just all day doing that. And then I randomly go outside with my dogs like a couple hours a day too.
Nice. So you have two dogs, multiple dogs?
Yeah, yeah, I have a beagle basset hound and a lab basset hound, two little long dogs.
No way. Lab Basset Hound.
Yeah,
Fucking cool. And Beagle Basset Hound.
or a bagel.
What are their names? If you don't have to share if you don't want to, but
They're strawberry and Nami.
dude, what vibes.
Yeah, they're adorable.
Fucking love
I post them like randomly on my story or like on Twitter all the time.
it. That's cool. So like when you sit down to create now, it's just like all day you're doing that. Does it feel like work to you ever, or is it just purely just you're in this phase of enjoyment?
Oh, I'm just eating it up. I don't really feel like I'm working at all. If I start feeling like it's like I've been on it too long, then I just throw open like some Warzone, get a couple dubs real quick, and then go back.
Dude, we might have to run up some Warzone together if you play. I play Xbox every once in a while. Usually like once a day, I'll just break down and play a little bit. I used to play Warzone all the fucking time, and I kind of miss it. I deleted it off
I
my
played
Xbox.
too much. It's part of my morning routine now.
Dude, yes. It kind of like sharpens you, doesn't it? Like,
Yeah, it gets my brain active.
yes. I fucking love that. Do you play singles or like solo or quads or like trios or what?
I just hop in quads with like randoms unless my friends are online.
Do you talk with them or you just play no mic?
I didn't. I used to talk with them, and then I didn't have a mic for a few months, and now I'm just just sitting there in silence playing like a crazy
Nice.
person.
You have a headset, like a gaming
Yeah,
headset for sound?
yeah,
Dude, nice. I
bro. I've
used to
been getting
play.
too good at it. I'm getting like a little
Oh,
nerdy at it.
dude, honestly, like I think it's a great balance for not only just unwinding, but also for like starting off your day low key. I've never really heard anyone talk about it, but like playing some like first person shooter to start your day gets you in a state of like I don't know how to explain it, but it like gets you kind of sharpened up in a sense. I used to do it every single day,
I'm
and I
so glad
swear
you
by
think that. Like, I literally thought that was like a unique opinion of mine.
it. Dude, no, I really do believe that. Like, and honestly, people can try it for themselves. Like, I'm sure that they'll agree.
For real. Like, that's like literally I get up, walk the dogs, work out, eat, and then play Warzone for a little bit, and then after that, I'm just killing the day.
What a fucking dream, dude. That's so sick. So when did you go full time?
Um, I had started becoming an electrician like 6 months ago, and it got really slow. and they laid me off right when I got the contract to work with No Doubt on Coachella. So it was like perfect timing. It was just like I got laid
Wow.
off and then went right to work the next week for No Doubt. So I've just
Is
been
that
since then.
That's cool. The universe is doing universe stuff for sure. And you also work with Future, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I was doing that job while I was doing my electrician job. It kind of sucked, but I made it work and it was fun.
Did you meet him, or like was it just like you gave them the assets and then they leveraged it?
Yeah, I never got to meet him. I just was talking with like his production team a whole lot.
And I remember you posted something like at his show and your work was playing. Was that you being there, or like
Oh no,
what was that
I
like?
found I just found some random videos on YouTube. And thank God I downloaded that performance because they deleted it from like it's hard to find that full performance now for some reason, but I got it.
It's rare. It's
Yeah.
just like your works, man. It's fucking rare. It's hard to get, man.
But yeah, that
Um,
was crazy because that was my first like contract job I've ever done with video. So it's just like, wow.
how do you get a client like that? They just hit you up, or what?
Yeah, so it's like art sales are all coming from Twitter, and then like real life like contracts and stuff all come from Instagram. And like early on, like I don't even know how they found me. I only had like 5,000 followers or something at the time, and they, I guess, had DM'd me and I didn't see it, so they found my email somewhere and emailed me.
That's fucking sick, dude.
I know, it
Like,
made me feel good that they
wow.
like wanted it that bad. I was like, hell yeah.
It really reinforces my theory of if you make something sick, the world will figure it out and like go to lengths to consume it and have it and enjoy it. Like, an interesting story is how, Sonny Moore, who was the lead singer from First to Last before he was Skrillex.
I really fucked with that band in high school.
Dude, me too. I fucking loved it. My favorite shirt was a From First to Last shirt that I had when I was in it was actually my favorite shirt in middle school. I
Like
got it at
ride the
Hot
waves
Topic.
of pestilence and shit.
Dude, yes. Oh my God. Fucking like Sonny Moore, I was like, dude, this guy is a fucking legend, like way before Skrillex. And I also loved his dubstep. Like I started getting into dubstep before I heard about Skrillex. I think it was before Skrillex was even a thing. Um, but like the story that's wild is like he just made this track on some shitty laptop apparently using like some plug-in speakers, and he just like made scary monsters and nice sprites, which if you I don't know if that you know that album off the top of your head or anything,
Oh,
but
I loved it, bro. Sorry. I
no, no, no,
choked on
go
my
ahead.
water a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. So like, dude, he made this album on a shitty ass laptop with shitty ass speakers. Nobody knew who Skrillex was. And it was just fucking amazing dubstep, like ahead of its time in that moment. And he posted on Beatport. Nobody knows who this motherfucker is. Just really quality, dope music. And it went viral, like literally overnight. Not because he was Sonny Moore, because nobody knew he was Sonny Moore at that moment, but literally just shitty computer, just like working with what he had, poured his love and energy into it, posted it on Beatport, and it literally went viral overnight because it was that good. So it's like if you have really fucking dope work, just keep sharing it. Put
I
it
didn't
out
know
there.
that's how he made it. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy, right? And it's like,
Also,
dude,
we
yeah,
definitely
go
had the
ahead.
same pipeline of hardcore kid to dubstep kid to what cool dude now.
Dude, hell yeah, dude. I loved fucking dubstep like in high school. Middle school was like my emo phase and like fucking like listening to all these hardcore fucking bands and like skating and all of that. Were you ever like into skateboarding?
Yeah, see, I did that same pipeline, but now I've regressed. I'm back into my emo, screamo, hardcore skate vibe.
Fuck yeah.
I'm
I
always
love that.
going downtown to go hit that park downtown there.
Bro, yeah, that park is fucking epic. Actually, it's funny because I literally, you can see my finger, it's like kind of swollen. I literally, I got a brand new board, a Baker board that I literally had when I was a kid, and I saw the same deck. So I was like, yo, I'm just gonna fucking buy this and like have a skateboard again. I go down there, literally first day going there, I just fucking like ate shit immediately upon getting to the park and just busted up my finger. It's been swollen for like months, dude. I don't even know like what the fuck is up with that. It's supposed to like heal like instantly because your fingers heal faster. So yeah, that's like my recent skateboarding story. But I do enjoy just fucking riding around. I was good when I was a kid, but now I'm kind of just shit. But I do enjoy just fucking hitting the fucking street on a smooth road.
Yeah, yeah, little hill bomb action.
Yeah, if I'm feeling fucking frisky. But it's like now there's more at risk. Like as a kid, I would just get fucking destroyed skateboarding. Now it's like, oh, I fucked up my finger. Like, like I don't know. It's just
When will
different.
it fix?
Yeah, literally. Like I don't know. I'm kind of just letting it do its thing at this point. But
Yeah,
it's
that's
funny
wild.
how much how
As a
yeah.
kid, we'd be out there for like 3 or 4 hours, and now it's like 30 minutes in. I'm like, oh, I'm dying right now.
Dude, yeah, what a fucking interesting thing. I think it's so funny how we both have like that same kind of timeline. It's so interesting. And we both went to FSU.
Did
Gnarly.
you grow up in this city too?
No, no. I actually grew up more central in the state.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say it might just be like a core like this area experience.
Yeah, I mean, this city though is fucking amazing. I've been here for about 5 years and I love it.
Yeah,
Like,
dude, I love it
favorite
too. I
city.
just moved back from Atlanta like 2 years ago, and so glad.
How's Atlanta life? I don't think I've ever been to Atlanta. Do you like
Atlanta
living there?
was super cool, honestly. I really liked being in the city. It was just a little like dangerous, but like like anywhere else is dangerous. You don't If you don't fuck with anyone, no one's gonna fuck with you. But it was just like like it was a lot of tense moments. I don't
Yeah,
know. It's way
yeah,
more chill here. People are nicer. It's just better vibes.
yeah. I love this city. I think it's like really conducive to the arts as well. Like, and it's more like village like versus like a big ass city where like, I don't know, like I just like the small nature of the city here. And also it does feel like kind of like a busy city at the same time, but not really.
Exactly. It's like the best of everything.
Yeah, I
You got a
fucking love
beach
it.
town vibe, you got downtown vibe. I don't know, all the vibes.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. So like besides like Warzone and spending time with the pups, what else does Noper do with like, outside of art?
Um, I guess I skateboard. I do weekly Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a new one. I never did that before, but it's been a few months now and it's pretty fun.
nice.
Um, yeah, I don't really know what else I do. I just do like a bunch of random stuff.
Do you feel like your days just like fly by because you're having so much fun?
Yeah, in a way. Some days I just am like grinding for a few days and it's like just bleeding into each other. And then I
Mhm.
like just don't touch the computer for days after that. So it's like I don't know. Definitely most of the time though, I'm having so much fun. It's like the day's just over, and I'm like, damn, it's 6 o'clock already.
Yeah. Sometimes like I'll just be in the middle of making something, like I'm just pouring all this energy into something that I'm working on, and time will just fly by, and then it's like 4 o'clock and I'm like, fuck, I haven't even like eaten anything yet. Like I'm literally like, yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, when I'm
But yeah,
editing video, that's how it gets. It's like I'm like trying to look up some new methods at the same time too, and yeah, like 4 hours go by, and I'm just like, oh, like I didn't even get halfway through this, and now I'm starving. Like, what the fuck?
Man, what a time, man. I mean, like, life is awesome. I'm really like, it's fun living in a dope city, working on art full time, hanging with the homies, getting to do shit that you enjoy. And like the journey to get to that point too, it's like it teaches you so much along the process. It's like even when we're in tough parts of our journey, it's still like just really dope to just be working towards something that we actually love and enjoy versus like, like being in a career that like you don't really love, but you're just doing it because you need to like make money from it and stuff. Like even when art is like tough to sell or art is like not in the spotlight or like crypto is going down the drain, like it's still, I would pick being here over anything.
I agree, bro. I could never put like passion into a job. I've been like I've known it since like college. When I'm trying to choose a career, it's like I don't want that one experience forever. So I've always tried to jump around jobs, and
Uh-huh.
this is the only thing I could definitely just continue doing for like ever. Like there's no
Yeah.
job like it.
Yeah, dude. And you're crushing, man. Like, again, like I love to fucking see it. And this has been a super inspiring podcast for me. Like, I love the style that you have and like the energy that you put into your work and the mentality that you have around creating. It's so not like, okay, like I got to make this thing, like let's fucking make sales. It's just like so pure. It's so genuine. And the
Thank
market
you, dude.
really appreciates it, which is so cool.
I appreciate you thinking that and saying that. That makes me feel really good about it. Because I definitely have just wanted to avoid that, like I'm driving sales type of vibe. So glad I'm doing it right.
Yeah, dude. And you're also inspiring other people out there, which is so sick. It's just a byproduct. I mean, people are asking you to come speak at conferences. Like it's a byproduct of you just doing dope shit because you enjoy it. And I think there's a lot to learn from that, from someone listening in.
That just inspired me, your words.
Nice, man. I appreciate that. Well, dude, I guess kind of like getting towards wrapping it up, um, is there any advice that you would give to a person who is like, hey, like I'm inspired by you putting your work out there and fucking crushing it and making these sales and connecting with these people at high levels like X copy and being in a part of like fellowship and fellowships posting you like all the time, which is fucking sick. I have huge respect for them and what they're doing. And like, what would you say to someone who's like, dude, I want to do that. I want to be full time on art.
I guess I don't know if it's the best advice, but my advice is just like, what I've been saying, just be like really true and like be yourself, and don't be like you're trying to desperately sell something or desperately get views on the art. Just if you just started acting natural, then like people see that, and people will also treat you natural. And if that's not the only thing, you also need your work to be the best. Never think that your work's like perfect. It can always be better. And that's that's just what I am always thinking. It can be better.
Wow. I love that. Dude, thanks so much for coming through. This has been one of the dopest podcasts I've done so far. And I appreciate your genuine attitude. I love what you're doing. I can't wait to see you continuously doing your thing and rising up and making more dope shit. Hopefully, I can snag one of these works one day before they end up getting to where I'm just priced out and I'll never be able to get one. But like, dude, I love it, man. This has been super inspiring for me, and I'm sure people listening will absolutely fucking take so much from this. So I appreciate you coming through, Noper. And it's been cool to hear about your story and like who you are and the energy that you've got is super dope. So thanks for coming through, man. It's been dope.
Thank you, dude. I really appreciate you having me, and much love.
Hell yeah, man. You're welcome back anytime, man. If you want to ever come back on, talk about any project you're doing. If you want to come back with 0009, we could do three-way pod. I don't know. We'll fucking talk more about it or something.
Oh, dope. Yeah,
That'd be
that
cool.
might be something.
Yeah, let's fucking do it. Who knows? But yeah, all right, man. Thanks again for coming through. This has been an awesome one. I'm gonna wrap it up here. And dude, keep crushing, man. Keep fucking doing your thing. It's awesome.
Thank you, dude. You too.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, let's definitely keep in touch and let's keep fucking crushing it. Let's keep pouring our hearts in.
Absolutely, bro. Thank you, dude.
All right, man. Much love. We'll talk
Much
soon.
love. Have a great day.
You too, bro. Peace.